All right, 12.2, more area. Okay, but now we're looking at area of triangles and trapezoids. Okay, so if we have two triangles that are congruent, you can arrange them to look like a parallelogram, right? So here's a triangle congruent to this triangle. If I put them together, it looks like a parallelogram. Okay, so that tells us that the area of a triangle is half the area of a parallelogram. Okay, well, we know the area of a parallelogram was base times height, so the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. You can use any side as the base, and then the height has to be perpendicular to the base. Okay, so the height is always perpendicular to the base, whether it's a parallelogram or a triangle. So if this is my base and this is a right angle, this happens to be the height. Okay, the base and the height are perpendicular. So if you have a triangle with a base of 24 centimeters and a height of 13 centimeters, then the area of that is 1/2 the product of their base and their height. So that would be 156 square centimeters. Remember your units. Area is always square units, whatever they are, okay? So triangle is just half the area of a parallelogram, so base times height. All right, a trapezoid. So we need to know what a trapezoid is, right? So trapezoid, again, is a quadrilateral, so it has 4 sides. And then it's a little bit different than a parallelogram because it has one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so these are my parallel sides. These two sides are not parallel. So that's an example of a trapezoid. Okay, another one would be here's parallel sides, and then these two sides are not parallel. Okay, as long as one set is parallel and the other set is not, then it's a trapezoid. Right? So if we try to figure out the area of a trapezoid, okay, the parallel sides are called your bases, and then the height connects the two bases, perpendicular to both. Okay, so if I have my trapezoid here, here's my base 1 and my base 2. They are different, okay, because the other two sides are not parallel. And then the height is the perpendicular segment between the two of them. So here. Okay, so if I take a second trapezoid that looks just like it and I connect it over this way, so I'm going to put this, make that my base 2 and my base 1 here, then it looks like a parallelogram, okay? But the trapezoid is half that area because this is all we're looking for is one of them here. Okay, so the parallelogram here, it's the base is the sum of the two bases times the height. So it's 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height to get the area of the entire trapezoid. Okay, so it's just a matter of knowing these formulas and being able to plug in your measurements. Okay, so I want to find the area of a trapezoid. Where the base 1 is 16 centimeters, base 2 is 9 centimeters, and the height is 12 centimeters. Okay, area is 1/2 the sum of the bases times the height. So it's going to be 1/2 times 16 plus 9 times 12. Order of operations, add 16 plus 9, that would be 25 times 12. So then the area of this trapezoid is 150 centimeters squared, or square centimeters. Okay. All right, one more here. So we've got this figure, and up here is shaded for us. And we know this is 8 meters and 12 meters. And then in the triangle here, I have a segment drawn in perpendicular. That's what this box here means, telling us that that's 4 meters. Okay, we want to find the area of the shaded. So when we look at it, we think about the fact that the area of the shaded, because it's a shape we don't know, is going to be, the area we want is the area of the total, which is a rectangle, minus the area of the little triangle. Okay, so the area of a rectangle is length times width, and the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So looking at the big rectangle, the length is 12, and the width is 8. And then for the triangle, this is going to be the same measurement here. So that's your base, so 1/2 times 12, and then the height of the triangle is 4. Okay? So 12 times 8 is 96. That's 96 square meters. And then 12 times 4 divided by 2, or times 1/2, that would be 24 square meters. And then you find the difference. So 96 minus 24 tells us that the area of our shaded region is 72 square meters. Okay, so again, two other area formulas, a triangle and a trapezoid, and all that matters is plugging in the correct values to the formulas that you have. So 12.2.